Hello guys, Spino here. So the beta for 4.2 Honkai Star is out, and with that we get to know the kit changes for the Nova Flare units and the new characters. But unfortunately the website got nuked technically due to people, everybody logging in at the same time. So I could only get the information on the Nova Flare characters and not the new characters. But their kit should be out in around sometimes, as long as I can just get inside the website. So I'm just going to talk about the Nova Flare changes for the 4 units, for upcoming units, starting with Huohuo Nova Flare. So for Huohuo, the changes are going to be her talent, the passive healing. It went from 2 to 3 stacks. So at E0, you will have 3 stacks of her healing. At E1, you will have 4 stacks of her healing passive. That's really good. Now talent, when she will give that additional talent, the healing talent, as long as you skill or alt. I think the former Huohuo only gets talent through skill. Now you can also get her healing talent through her ultimate. Pretty good. At the start of the battle, she will have 30 more energy. Pretty good, because now you can get a 1-turn ultimate without relying on her signature, if I'm not wrong. Maybe you need the signature, but I don't think you need the signature. Now she gets 30 more energy. When you ult, if an ally ult costs more than 160 energy, give 24% more attack. Pretty solid buff there. I think that's really good. That's actually really good for units that have high ultimate costs. And those are the units that you want to run Huohuo in, especially like Aglaya and Evanescia. Upcoming unit also has a high ultimate cost from what I learned. Now her Eidolon change. She only has 1 Eidolon change, and it's on her E1. Her E1 speed went from 12% to 20%, so she gives 20% speed to all allies. Also boosts the outgoing healing by 100%. This could be mistranslation, the healing part could be mistranslation, but the speed is 20% on her E1 now. Pretty good changes for Huohuo. It mostly her sustain. I think her sustain got better, and her ultimate, like when she ultis, she gives more attack percent. Pretty solid changes in my opinion. Now for Nova Flare Belt. I think this is the character everybody is excited for. I think Welt changes are actually pretty good. Now for Welt, skill bounce 4 times instead of 2. Pretty good change, so his DPS will be a little bit better. Also, he can stack his bullshit, by the way. Ultimate delay action by 12%. Inflict slow when you attack. Slowed enemies delay their action by 4% up to 8 times. So his ultimate now can delay action, and if your allies hit that enemy, they will get delayed furthermore. Now this is the biggest change, by the way. Talent. Enemy target in the weightless state got defense reduced by 40%. Huge buff on his talent, in my opinion. Really good change. Now for his EHR to attack conversion is up to 80%. So if you build him on high EHR, he can convert that into attack percent. Pretty good. So his damage won't be that low too. Got additional damage on his basic attack and skill. So that's his E0 kit changes. Now for his Eidolon changes, if I can find it. Okay, his E1 deals additional damage when you alt/skill. Pretty good. His E4 change also gives 20 crit rate and 20 crit damage. I don't know if he gives it to the allies or to himself. I think it's to himself. It doesn't say allies, so I think it's to himself. So he gets 20 crit rate and 50 crit damage on his E4. E6, enemy in weightless have 30% all type Sven. So if you have a E6 wealth, your E6 wealth is gonna go ham with defense down, Rust. I think it's gonna be a great support/sub DPS for a lot of teams. That includes Acron, by the way, because Acron likes defense down and Rust pen, all type Rust pen. So yeah, Acron mates may be happy with that. Now for Nova Flare Firefly, again a pretty big character that everybody likes. Skill implants fire weakness on all 3 targets now. Okay, pretty good. So the her skill used to only implant fire weakness on the main target, but now it's implants on all the 3 targets. Trace reworked, so her all traces got reworked, looks like. So her trace 1 increased the break effect by 25% when breaking with Firefly during her ult. Delay the cooldown of alt end by 10%. Max trigger 3 times. Oh wow, okay, that's nice. So you can stay on her ultimate for longer if you break the enemy. Oh, that's really good. That's actually really nice, actually. Especially with Dahlia, right? That's actually really good change. Now her trace to break effect, is that equal to or greater than 200, 360? It will be converted into toughness reduction, 150/300. Okay, she has toughness conversion based on your break effect. Okay. Toughness reduction of this attack is one instance of 35% to 50%, can be converted into 100% to 150% of super break. So she has inbuilt super break damage. So she does not need to rely on HMC or fugue that much to deal super break damage. Oh, that's nice. I knew she had some super break in her old kit, but it was not that much. It was like minimal. But this conversion is actually really, really good. Especially if you know she still has one of the strongest E2s in the game. So yeah, the Firefly changes are really, really good in my opinion. These are actually pretty good. It's not gonna make her super broken. Like actually, I don't know. I have to look. Especially the toughness conversion, right? I mean, she can reduce the toughness, so that's gonna be crazy. Especially if you have E1 Dahlia. Okay, maybe you know. Okay, maybe Firefly with E1 Dahlia might be kinda broken. Okay, Zilla Nova Flare. Her basic attack went from 100% to 140%, so it's like a multiplier. Her skill multiplier also went from 220% to 360%. Can trigger skill outside of turns when ally attack under 50% health enemies. 1 turn cooldown. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I think she gets a follow-up attack, I think, of some sort. Is it? I have no idea. Her ultimate percentage damage multiplier went from 425 to 720. Okay, that's actually a pretty big multiplier. That's almost like double. Almost double, not really. Technique, entering battle resurgence is lower aggro. So you enter resurgence, enemies gonna have lower aggro. Under 50% to 60% increase the damage. After kill stack up to 3 times. So you're gonna have higher damage multiplier if you have if you kill an enemy. Pretty good. And you can stack that up to 3 times, looks like. Okay, cool. Trace 2, 20% rust spend. Wait, she has 20% rust spend on her trace 2. Oh no, it's like 20% to 25 rust spend? What is that? Okay, cool. She has rust spend on her basic hit. Her E1 ignores 20% defense down when enemies are under 80% health. Okay, her E1 got a big change, by the way. I think her E1 is actually really, really good. Rest spend, so she has a base. Okay, her multipliers all got buffed. Her rest spend, she has a rest spend on her trace 2. And she has defense ignore on her E1 as long as the enemy is 80% or lower. Okay, I think Zilla is looking really, really good. So they did not change too much on her kit. They just stick with her kit, they just increased her multipliers, and they improved her E1. Her E1 was dog shit, but her E1 now is really good. Like, decently good. Especially if you have, you know, the quantum set that also gives you 20% defense down. So you have 40% defense down as long as the enemy is like quantum weak and enemies have, you know, below 80% health. With 20 to 25% rust spend. And she can also attack damage if you kill the enemies on resurgence states. And it can stack up to 30 times. Yeah, I think Zilla might be crazy strong. I'm not gonna lie, Zilla might be really, really strong. Okay, I think all the Nova players look really good, especially Belts and Zillas. And 5 Black, of course. I don't know how much the toughness reduction is gonna be, but all the Nova players look fire in my opinions. Who do you think have the best change here? In my opinion, like I said, Welt and Zilla Nova Flare are gonna be crazy. If they work the way I think it is, they might be super strong. But otherwise, yeah, that's it. I cannot get inside the website, but when I do, I will make a kit review on the new units, Silver Wolf and Evanashia and the MC. So yeah, that's all the changes for Nova Flare units. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, leave a like, subscribe. Bye. Have a great day, guys. Love you all.